Hello, and welcome to my stream today, where I will be continuing through the Guilds for Line 2 story. Because last week we started on Deep Oblivion, and it turns out the event is long. Very long. Thank you for the raid, Lady Kasumi. How are you doing today? You seem to be having a great success there with your car. Though I have a suggestion for it. Good, thank you. I'm doing mostly fine. I had a decent day. A little tired, but yeah. But with your spinning drill and everything, have you considered to just not have it spin? Like, leave everything else the exact same as it is, and just take out the rotor. I don't think the hole would be much smaller. And while I understand the drilling is cool, it's so unstable. It scares me to see it. But hi, and welcome to my stream, where we are about to continue with the story. Might work. So, I'm honestly really curious about this event. The main problem is the fact that I'm gonna have to put a lot of time into this event because it's long. And time is the one thing that is always difficult to come by. Because last time around, we managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 story nodes done. Scared that it maybe doesn't have the full range of how wide it is, and then maybe scratches along the stone. No. It will be fine. Almost definitely. The drills drill out a larger spot than they are wide. You just need to adjust the drilling or the piston speed, so that it doesn't just kind of bonk into the floor. Three. But yeah, I managed to get 6 story nodes done last week in 2.5 hours, I think it was. And there's a bit more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 more story nodes. With the cut and take off then again, yeah. That would be a great benefit if it didn't do that. So, how about we hop right in? Actually, after I take a sip. I should do that. Let's see how far we get today. Also, tomorrow will also be GFL, because as you can see, it's Monday. Normally I play other things on Monday, but because there's this event, and then there's another event running alongside it that will end earlier than this, but plays after this. Not a fan of how they released the events this time around. It is 1-3. 2 weeks later. The voice of a news broadcast echoes in the room. Leva leans by the window, her gaze following the aerial cameras flying across the sky, finally settling on the live footage projected onto a giant screen above the distant commercial street. My, what a lively scene. Just a few days ago they were mourning the chief, denouncing the illegal armed groups, and now poll results from the first survey are already out, along with a confirmed schedule and rules of the election. The UNC central government demands that the interim chief election be kept simple, shortening both the process and duration. The duration sure is shortened, but the scale? Nothing simple about it. Legislator Rick's campaign speech today looks more like a pre-World War III superstar concert. Oh, there must be 10,000 people down there. This only happens with Rurik, right? The other candidates have given speeches too, but none with that kind of spectacle. Simon's speech didn't even get a live news broadcast, it was just streamed online. The news only gave him a few passing shots before moving on. Hey Bakasura, how you doing? And judging by the first poll results, Zimmerman really is in a good position. The late chief conservative, steady political line doesn't seem very appealing to the people of Odessa. Yeah, he really needs to up his game. If he starts out trailing badly, then all of those unattached swing votes won't go to him light either. A full broadcast for the speech, then a follow-up interview too. Odessa might as well just hang the next chief sign around Rurik's neck. That would make a simple election. Mr. Rurik, just now in your speech you mentioned that since you entered politics, the Girard Group has not only supported Odessa's development, but also formed close cooperation with the UNC in many fields. Could you expand on that? Of course, but first, I need to correct one part of your phrasing, man. As everyone knows, since the joint development aid agreement was issued, Odessa was designated a white zone city. Supporting Odessa's development is, in itself, part of cooperating with the UNC. In recent years, the Girard Group has focused on identifying the problems we encountered during Odessa's development and turning them into workable plans, which has helped advance the purification project the UNC is pushing forward. Currently, the purification vehicles we help manufacture are already deployed across Odessa and surrounding administrative regions. Everyone must have seen plenty of them in the news. Yes, right behind me not far away is a factory established by the Girard Group, with many purification vehicles assembled and waiting to be shipped. So then, regarding the future of the Girard Group, do you have any news you can share? I'm afraid not. Several projects are in planning, but not at the stage of public release. However, the Girard Group has already poured most of its liquid capital into the early phases of such businesses, which means, very soon, there will be a new stock issuance. That certainly is good news for the residents of Odessa. This will surely have a wide ramifications on the secondary markets. Mr. Rurik, isn't it risky to reveal this information in advance? The Girard Group is indeed a large commercial conglomerate, but the funds we collect through the stock market come from the residents themselves, and when we invest them into research and urban developments, they directly benefit the residents too. We never forget, Girard started as a small factory here in Odessa, and it was thanks to the support of Odessa's people that we reached today's success. So, on behalf of the Girard Group, I say thank you. And we must thank you and the Girard Group too for your contributions to Odessa Oblast. Staring at Rurik's smiling face on TV, Lena turns her head away with displeasure. It's all empty talk, blah blah blah. Can we stop watching this? Sure. Kalina turns the TV off with a chuckle. That interview was obviously scripted. Why else would they not mention anything about the illegal armed group's attack on you, Miss Kalin? That's old news already. The turmoil didn't even leave a scratch on Girard. The only effect was a tiny dip in the stock price. Just a tiny dip. Nothing that could affect the market value. Still, a dip is a dip. Ordinary people buy rising stocks, not falling ones. Is this really a good time for Girard to issue new shares? Most likely they'll be bought up in no time. Exactly. The dip was erased as soon as the interim chief election was announced. Girard stock has been soaring for days. With the news of a new issuance now, no retail investor or institution would pass up such a golden opportunity. So we just sit and watch them profit after doing those bad things. That's so frustrating, Lever. After this last turmoil, with the illegal droids in ODO1, the Girard Group has already raised their guard to the maximum. There are fewer and fewer cracks. To bring them down, we need to wait for the right timing and gather enough evidence. Callan, what about lightness analysis? I see you've scheduled a video conference with her today. Nothing escapes you. Good timing too, it's about to start. Let's all take part in the call. Kalina glances at her terminal. Looks like lightness is already in. She projects the video feed. Someone's nose fills the screen in an exaggerated close-up. Of course. Lightness, nice camera, did you enhance the resolution? Hey, you don't mess that up. If you break it, I won't be able to video call Persica tonight. What's with the big deal? Every time you video call, you just ramble on while Persica's either asleep or working on new tech. She never shows her face anyway. You might as well just talk to her via audio call. Hello, Shady. How are you doing? It's normal for a genius like Persica to be too busy to chat on video calls, but I must show proper respect and make our scheduled daily call. She's hopeless. Supper looks like she absolutely... No, absolutely not. Why are you frozen? I'm lagging. But I just upgraded my bandwidth 2 days ago. No, it's us. The signal on our end is not very stable. I'm fine. It's fine now. Let's get to business. Okay, I'll keep it short. The copied files you sent contain no anomalies. I checked every visible and hidden file. No suspicious fields. Let's see. However, aside from those files, the copy also included some redundant data. That's normal, but I processed it just to be safe. So that's why you asked for more time. Did you find something? Yes. Some of the recovered data turned out to be system logs. Operation the Chief performed on his email accounts. I traced them to the server with the credentials you gave me. Although most of the records on the server have already been scrubbed, I managed to recover a few emails by combing through them with the local redundancies. Most of them are just normal government documents, but one contains only a string of characters. Another string? Yes, but this one isn't encrypted. It clearly looks like a set of coordinates plus a constant string. The real catch, though, is the recipient. Who is it? Lightning stares at Kalina for 2 seconds. Looks like you really don't know. It's you, Kalina. Your name is in the recipient field. I confirmed the account with Kruger. It's yours. Me? Kalina quickly checks her mailbox in surprise. I never received an email. Because it was never successfully sent. It got blocked by a signal interference. Could be chance, could be deliberate interception. Unless you can get me the hardware, I can't tell for sure. Chief's personal computer is still under Oblast control. Then that's the end of the trail. Once control lifts, any traces will be gone. Anyway, I'll send the details to you. The rest is beyond my expertise. She sends Kalina a message with an image attached. A still from a surveillance video of an empty lab, but at the bottom edge, the tip of a pointed ear is visible. Is this Persica? Yes, I made the screenshot during yesterday's call. Seeing Persica falling asleep from exhaustion gives me no excuse to slack off. I'm sure you could use the same encouragement. Kalina smiles wryly and cranks up the brightness of the photo. Hidden characters emerge from the shadows. I'll treasure this picture. Thanks. It's just work. I still have a meeting with the researchers later, so I have to go. Supper's maintenance is completed too. She's ready to return anytime. Linus quickly signs off. Supper, that's it for today's call. Stay on standby and wait to be recalled. Okay. I just checked those coordinates. It's a light rail station in Satellite City ODE-22, but the constant string afterward exceeds the number of platforms. Not a platform then. Employee ID maybe. Station staff and patrol droids have alphanumeric IDs based on the city and station name. Doesn't fit either. What else is at the station is purely numeric? Timetable? Service number? No, it doesn't match. Surely it can't be floor tiles. Could it be a locker? If you split it, 011 4773. It's maybe locker 11, password 4773? That's very possible. I checked the Chief's travel records. He did visit ODE-22 a few days before his death on an administrative right inspection. While it's plausible, it's suspicious as hell. A light rail locker isn't safe. Would the Chief really leave something there for Miss Carlin? He had better ways to pass information, no? Unless he realized he was already under surveillance and had no time for safer options. Sadly, he can't answer us anymore. So what now? Do we follow this? Honestly, I don't buy that we just happened to recover an email meant for Kalina through sheer dumb luck. The discussion stalls. Kalina thinks for a moment, then comes to a decision. We'll keep looking into this. Even if it's a trap, it's our only lead. We'll lose our only chance once the Gerard group seizes power, real power in Odessa. Of course, I'll also use non-pa channels to look for other openings. But we'll really let us leave. He's probably planted eyes all around us. Leaving Odessa through normal means will be hard. Lever, you three will leave tomorrow morning. Avoid surveillance, take the car through the green zone and head for ODE-22. I'll have Supple join you en route. However, I know. Once outside the wide zone, the illegal armed groups will be on us again. But if we take the light rail openly, not only will our destination be exposed, the Oblast government will also bury us in all sorts of bureaucratic nonsense and probably assign us tails. Yes. There are unknown dangers ahead, so be extra careful. Stay in contact. I'll remain here, helping the best I can. We're counting on you for backup, Cully. Sitting at his desk, Rue connects to a comms link. Congratulations, legislator. A landslide lead in the first poll. Who else could they pick beside me? Thurman, that useless clown? Looks like the congratulations are due in advance, Chief Jorik. You contact me just to flap your lips? Of course not. There's none for thoughts on the move again. According to Major Fedya, they vanished 2 mornings ago. They sharpened didn't have to take the rail, but with Haley's help, I swept the Odessa's Oblast surveillance feeds. A few clips caught them. Their destination seems to be OD-22. OD-22? Indeed. So the chief still managed to sneak a message out under all our guards. Truly a remarkable man. Still a corpse. Sexton's botched it. Couldn't even finish a simple job. Rick's expression darkens, though he doesn't seem very surprised. Sexton's was indeed incompetent. She's already been punished accordingly. You'd better watch yourself too. If your intel hadn't been late, the chief wouldn't have had time to nearly tip off that consular, and I wouldn't have needed to have him killed. I'll move the data center during its critical period. Does Lever have one eye yellow and one eye red, but we can't see the red one because it's damaged? As far as I'm aware, no. Hang on. As far as I'm aware, she has 2 yellow eyes. Remember this, 3rd gen doll tech is still being refined. The more you expose your flaws, the sooner you'll be obsolete. Cocoon's voice falters under the rebuke. That was my oversight. I already ordered armed automatons to intercept them. Shame Darcher's last frame was lost on the mission. The new one still needs fine-tuning. Otherwise she'd be perfect for this. Okay, would have been cool. No, there is a reason for I being damaged. You've cleared up Darcher's records. Yes, as per your order, they have been dealt with long ago. No matter who investigates, how deep they dig, there's no way they can link Darcher to the Gerard group anymore. They even made us show some distinctive changes and also laid a false trail. By now, the other side should be fixated on Darcher's ownership transfer. Good. Don't chase those doors too hard. If they actually reach the destination, all the better. Oh, she already planned ahead. Should I recall the automatons then? No, maintain the illusion of a full sweep. And remember, no more slip-ups. Sextons under Gerard grid turn to scrap. The same can happen to you under Sect Faben. Understood. Do your job and keep Sect FABN's people in line. Keep funding my campaign, and I might just throw them a bone after I win. Sextons has been ordered to be destroyed. I've recently submitted a request to have you transferred back under Gerard. You don't want to stay stuck in electronics warfare forever, do you? Of course not. I eagerly await the day I return to your side. Good. Anything else? Major Fedya reports that the searches of Gerard HQ are over. He didn't find anything either, did he? No. Thankfully, we relocated the data center in time, thanks to your warning. Otherwise, we'd have lost a useful ally. Keep him in the dark, especially about the chief. We still need his help. Also, tell him that Gerard's internal checks found a batch of old automatons that, for certain reasons, were never registered after production. Gerard wants them registered into the security system this week. Have him arrange it. Yes, sir. Pity he couldn't be called in time to try Numpa's dolls this time. Would have saved you the trouble. Still. Kun hesitates briefly. When you rushed to the villa, you didn't let me monitor the chief's network. Were you letting them search on purpose? None of us people won't stop pursuing the investigation, so it's better to go on the offense. Need my help? Yes, I'll assign you tasks later. This is the critical stage of the election. We took great risk for the opportunity he created. Those dolls must not ruin it. Once the election ends, Odessa will be their grave. Doubtful, my friends. Very doubtful. LA 1-5. I think my headphones are breaking. At least the cable is. That's annoying. It is a proper cable, but these headphones have been out of production for a while. So getting replacement parts is always a little annoying. As the ODE-22 checkpoint slowly comes into view, Lena, sitting in the passenger seat, leans back into the chair with a sigh of relief. Phew, we're finally here. Leave those androids shouldn't dare come after us again, right? If the PSA spots them, we'll be in trouble too. Or they'll be in trouble too. I'm not fighting anymore. I've not enough fun. Sober straightens up in the back seat, glancing at the sports part in the trunk. The ID code for the checkpoint is ready. With mine earlier this year, the earmuffs are interchangeable with the next version of the headset. That is lucky. Good work. If we pass smoothly, we should be in the clear. Unfortunately for mine, even the follow-up model has already been discontinued for years. So yeah. The Jeep drives steadily into ODE-22 city limits and gets caught in traffic. Lever, you're right. After the checkpoint, it's been much smoother. Are we heading straight to the light rail station now? Yes. Even though Rebella modified the ID code, we're now inside the satellite city surveillance zone. They've already managed to occasionally track us on the suburban roads. Spotting us in ODE-22 will be easy. We need to move quickly. Got it? According to the navigation, we'll reach our target in half an hour. But with traffic this heavy, we should multiply the times by 1.5. Understood. Supple, your combat performance is the strongest. Once we arrive, if a fight breaks out, you and Lena handle fire support. I'll provide electronics warfare cover, and Rebella will search for the locker. If our guess is wrong, we retreat immediately. No problem. Got it. Wait though. Why is it suddenly all jammed up? It's not even rush hour. Lena sticks her head out the window, squinting towards the front of the traffic. An accident? Doesn't look like it. Eh? What is that? Suddenly getting a clear view, Lena ducks back inside. Lever, there are tons of security patrol alerts stopping traffic up ahead. Some are even checking cars one by one. A routine road inspection. That's too much of a coincidence. What can we do? The cars are stuck. We can't turn back now. So, I finally get to play with government droids? Don't make a scene just yet. Cooperate with the inspection and play it by ear. The Jeep slowly rolls forward with a line of cars until, under the patrol droid's direction, Lever brings it to a stop. A small patrol unit rolls up to the window, its camera flashing a green signal as it scans each of the doors inside. Lever, what's it doing? It's an ID check. Unlike Satellite City residents, we don't have recognition chips. The system will scan and match us against the government ID database to find our unique codes. The patrol unit's camera swivels intermittently, its scanning time already longer than usual. Lever quietly signals with her hands. The dolls suddenly tighten their grips on the sidearms. As expected, the green signal switches to red. The patrol unit blares a harsh alarm. The surrounding droids immediately switch into combat mode, pushing through the congested vehicles to surround them. Everybody out, don't get bogged down, break through the encirclement. Enemies approaching. Prepare to break through them. Lena, how are you doing? Everything's fine. Approaching the objective. Got one. Levi, reach the objective. Give me a tactical overview of the surroundings. I'll be giving you directions. Got it. Tactical overview sent. I'm ready to go. How things on you, Androbella? I reached the combat zone, reading to break through the security robot's cordon. So... Kill those three, please. Zzz. Kill. And they're all dead. Continue. Once the black patrol droids move off, the dolls, hidden in an alleyway, finally let out a sigh of relief. Supple leans against the wall sulkily. There's no end to this. It's getting on my nerves. Are you guys holding... And you guys keep holding me back. I don't get it, why? Why are we holding back against droids that have gone rogue? They haven't gone rogue. More like we've been flagged as dangerous units. Huh? No way, we didn't even do anything. Maybe it's a problem with the ID codes, but there's no time to check. We need to move safety fast. So what now? Luckily, Colin set up a temporary safe house beforehand. It was meant for observing the light rail station, but now it'll have to be our shelter. Is it far from here? It's not too close. We'll need to cross the city and odds are we'll run into patrols again. This pursuit is no coincidence. For the sake of future deniability, don't do anything beyond self-defense until we know the cause. Supple, you hear that? Alright, alright. Supple is not happy. More fighting. Want a secret? Sure. Question mark. I'm 39 today. Happy birthday! I didn't know it was your birthday, Shady. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day. Please don't do this to me, Bakasura. say, having a wonderful day. That's good. Genuinely. Glad to hear that. I genuinely wasn't aware that it was your birthday. Hey, no story in between these two combats. So we're having a bit of a faster progress than last week. That much is clear. Alright. So we can move Lever to over here. Absolutely zap the shit out of those two. Lena can move over here. No. Can move over here. And zap those two. You... Actually... Kill. Don't proc us until the day off, and even then I usually just set up both time to keep chill. Yeah, I respect it. I mean, I personally don't really like my birthdays either. But continue. So I get it. Do I have a good chill time though? God damn, we're going through the maps real quickly though. Maybe it won't quite be as long. But they'll just try to quietly survive the essential dread. Yeah, that's quite... Yeah, that is... very relatable. Mentally still... I totally screw this time stuff driving me... Yeah. I can't quite get 3 with that. Wait, no. Maybe if I can go over here? That can get 3. Yeah. What can I do with you? Not as much as I would like right now. Oh, mate, no. There you go. Don't like that. Autocorrect looks like a stick book. What? Auto turret. Oh, auto turret. I was a little confused that I read autocorrect for some reason. Which is definitely not correct. Oh well. Attack a barricade. Make a path. I think they look quite funny, I'll be honest. What can you do here, Lever? You can kill one of them. So go and kill one of them. Now Lena will kill the rest. But don't shake off the pursuit and slip into a temporary save near the target light rail station. This is the novel combat strategy of making enemies die of embarrassment that they got shot by an ancient meme. Then on top will keep watch at the doors and windows, while Rebella suddenly observes the patrol deployment around the station. No minutes ago. No. No. I see. I'll wait for your update. Leave cuts off a call with Kalina and Dawn's Rebella. Well, what's the ID code? The code is still valid, but the file isn't now marked as dangerous in the government security database. How come? We didn't have this issue in the last satellite cities. The official explanation is that yesterday the database was updated with some newly seized illegal automatons. During the update, some error must have occurred. You're performing next therapy. Take care. Take care. Do have a good evening. Newly seized. Just in the past 2 days. Yeah, they say that the Gerard group did self-audit after the PSA inspection and found some oversights and voluntarily reported them. Isn't that ridiculous? They suddenly turn over and you leave now. Impossible. The timing is way too neat. They definitely tampered with the update. Exactly. Kalin has already requested a correction, but they won't let it go so easily. How can the UNC cyber defense be this weak? First the chief was impersonated and now the database is corrupted. Lena, watching the streets, pulls the bolt out of a gun and back in rotation. Replacing the chief for comms could still be explained by superior electronic warfare, but the security system... Isn't Healy fully in charge of that? Even Dandelion, with full control of OGAS, can only override part of Healy's permissions for a short while. Could someone know Healy better than Dandelion does? If that's the case, I'd almost feel relieved. Huh? You suspect Healy? Neva shakes her head. I wouldn't go that far, but if this attack did come from inside the UNC, our trouble is only just beginning. But the Gerard group's top man is just an Oblast legislator of Odessa. Are they really that capable? It depends on whether Gerard is acting alone. Since when have they been infiltrating the UNC? We can only dig slowly. Hopefully it's just my pessimism talking. But since the patrol's now no location, could the target itself already be a trap? That's what worries me. But according to Karlin, our dangerous flag applies to Oblast-wide. The attacks we faced so far have been irregular. Most likely they don't know our exact goal. They're just sweeping for us and impeding our movements. Rebella, what did you find on the station patrols? Permanent automaton encounters normal. A weapon loader too. But there are extra mobile units patrolling the station and nearby streets. Looks like they were ordered to search for us. If I remember correctly, patrols are fully networked. If one finds us, the whole city will know instantly, right? Yes. Especially since we just clashed with them. It'll be impossible to explain ourselves if we get caught now. So we can't fight and we can't hide. Once they finish checking the streets and public spaces, they'll probably go building by building. Should we contact Kalina again? Maybe Nonfa can help. I've already updated her. But if the UNC itself is compromised, we should limit our comms with her too. Satellite cities aren't like Odessa's wide zone. Nonfa's reach is weaker here. We might already be scrapped by the time the aid arrives. The vibrations breaks the silence. The doors instantly stiffen. Sopo stirs near the door. It's fine. Just mail. Talk about timing. What is it? Just routine government reminder. A monthly Nonfa supplies purchase list. Callan's been too busy. I've been handling these approvals for half a year. But... Neva opens the system interface, carefully checks the list, then presses approve. She looks out the window again, her eyes fixed on the street below. A back alley. At midnight, the last shops close. The owner directs the workers in unloading crates for goods of tomorrow. A smile slowly spreads across Leva's face. Sopo, Lina, Rebella, come with me. We've already made as much progress as we did last week. Though, who knows when it gets along again. The iron gate of the warehouse rises slowly. A large truck drives in, the driver steering us practiced ease before killing the engine. Bam. The cab door slams shut. Deft fingers enter a code sequence on the keypads, and the truck's cargo lock clicks open, the door slowly parting. The dim warehouse lights carve a clean line across the dark interior. The line widens. Crouched and hiding, ready all along, Lena springs forward. In a few bounding steps, she reaches the cargo door, stamping the ground hard. Hello, Mächti? What? Hey! Lena tackles the driver to the ground. The two roll 3 full turns before stopping. I haven't seen you in so long, Mächti. I missed you so much! She rubs her cheek against the other's face with giddy affection. There. The petite driver pats Lena gently in reassurance. If you keep pinning her down like that, her defense protocols might kick in, you know? Lena and the other two dolls leap down from the truck as well. It's been ages since we returned to 4-4. Even if she's not the real Mächti, seeing the same frame feels nostalgic. Saying this, Lena bends down and helps the Mächti she knocked over back up. Thank you so much for your help. This is terribly undignified of me. Huh? Mächti briskly dusts off a maid uniform, then whips up a compact mirror from her pocket. She carefully adjusts her headpiece, clasps her hands before her, and bows with prim formality. It must have been a long and arduous journey. The boss has already arrived and is waiting for you all in the lab next door. I already know who it is, and I find this incredibly hilarious. This place is perfectly secure. Please, follow me. Mächti strides lightly toward the door. Lena stares at the ribbon bobbing on the doll's back in mild confusion. Mächti leads the group to the lab. Boss, I've brought them over. Good work, G11. No trouble at all. I'll go make some coffee. Please make yourselves at home. G11 bows again and slips out of the room unobtrusively. Lena can't stop glancing after her. Dear, where did you dig up that frame of G11? I thought you declared a few years ago that in honor of Mächti's uniqueness, you scrapped all the G11 units you built as a kid. Not to mention, this one personality is way off from the real deals. It's a long story. After you lot went and changed the names one by one, I gave the matter some thought. It's true, as your neuroclouds grow, you'd also become more independent beings, much like humans. Technically, the neurocloud and frame are separate, but conceptually, I'm becoming more inclined to consider them a single unified entity. If I kept insisting on separating the two, I'd be behind the times. Disrespectful to you, even. So I scrapped the G11s that I built in my childhood back then. Well, look at you, matured a bit, huh? So the one who just picked us up was... since I put all that effort in as a kid to build the frame, it felt wasteful to destroy it outright. I stashed it in a warehouse instead. I was worried it wouldn't boot up, but turns out my craftsmanship was reliable enough even back in the days. Alright, enough of that. You move faster than I thought. I thought it would take at least another 2 days for you to link up with me. How'd you find out? The approval process got rushed forward by 5 days from its usual end of month, and the supplier list had its vendors I'd never seen before. On top of that, I spotted a truck unloading nearby with their logo, and the driver looked familiar. That's too much coincidence, no? Only you would catch such obscure clues. Yeah, just as I got a sharp nose when it comes to Sangus Ferry, Lever clocked it right away. But yeah, how did you know where we were? Colin couldn't have told you outright in case she was bugged. There was more than one truck. That's right. My family's supermarket chain has a warehouse in here in OD22, so multiple trucks wouldn't look out of place. Wait, isn't your family in the new energy business? That's the more well-known part of the business now, but we started with supermarkets. The old folks wanted our in-house products to get some UNC ties. They submitted a bid 6 months ago, but nothing came out of it, until now. It suddenly got approved. Thanks to you, CS got much to brag about our year-end board report. Turns out you've got some business acumen, eh? Wouldn't have guessed. CIA handle most of the work, but I can't just loaf around completely and be a useless trust fund baby, you know? Fair enough. But if there are multiple trucks, doesn't it mean there could be more G11s? Don't be ridiculous, there's only this one frame. Took me ages to dig it out. The neurocloud is just some random civilian doll software slotted in. And the other trucks? Rigged a few civilian dolls from supermarket with sleep collars and wigs. Whether you spotted them depended entirely on your intuition. Asking dolls to have intuition is a tall order, don't you think? Good thing we got lucky. Exactly. I happen to be here in OD22 for partnership talks, and the old warehouse also happens to be close by. If not, I couldn't have come to your rescue this fast, no matter what strings Carlin promised to pull for my family business. Being lucky is also kind of a skill. By the way, Carlin never had time to explain to me. What happened, and what do you need me to do? Someone fill me in. I'll do it, so here's the thing. Leave a brief D on the events and the current predicaments. Oh. Tampering with UNC security. Impressive. Right? But I bet you won't lose to them, will you, dear? I'd love a chance to... Wait, what are you planning? Dear eyes leave her warily, taking a step back. Our biggest obstacle is the outer clearance in the system. From Carlin's tone, fixing it officially will take time. So can you help us hack into the UNC security system to give them a hand? You call that giving a hand? That's a crime! And if they targeted you on purpose, I guarantee your codes are locked down. They won't be easy to restore. What about creating new IDs for us? No way, that's even more outrageous. IDs are unique certifications tied to each unit, issued by the UNC's backend protocol. You'd have to hack the backend itself to add, delete, or alter anything. That's not like spoofing a camera to or hijacking a patrol droid. Exactly, which is why we need you. Small stuff we can handle. Even if it's technically possible, the trace risk is huge. Even I couldn't possibly cover all my tracks. My family managed to secure a business deal with the UNC government. If I go too far, Sia and my folks will hand me over themselves, saving the PSA the trouble. Then it's tricky. If we just go charging in, we'll be arrested. When they question us about our movements, you'll be implicated too, dear. Oh, what odds? Honestly, one sleeps, one plays dumb, one threatens violence, and now you want to throw me in jail! Then think harder. The only one who can save yourself from jail is you. What do you expect me to do? Deer slumps into a chair. Lever falls silent, clearly running simulations for alternatives. If it's just contents of the locker that you need, I could send a civilian doll. Same result, right? While it isn't very likely, there's still a chance that this lead is a trap. It's risky for a civilian doll to handle this on her own. You'll be exposed if she's caught. Dear, you said you can tamper with cameras and control patrol droids. Yes, but only very briefly. Maybe 20 seconds before correction, maybe less. Well, what can you do in 20 seconds? Plenty. Huh? I've studied the station's defenses. There's only 1 or 2 human staff. The patrol droids handle security, so all we need is chaos among the droids. Controlling a couple of droids won't achieve much, though, especially not with this short of a time. Besides, what would I even make them do? Kick over a trash can? It's a light rail station we're talking about. I can't have them shot. Shoot. But if they think they spotted us, that's different. Oh, that's clever, Rebella. I get it. Huh? I don't. Me neither, Lever. Stop being cryptic. With so few personnel, they'll have to rely heavily on the cameras to track us. It's not realistic to expect Dia to manipulate the station's surveillance system and patrol droids based on real-time movements. But if he tweaks the mapping between what the cameras see and the droid's ID system, the station will suddenly be full of us. Conflicting alarms everywhere, chaos ensues. And in chaos, we find a chance. Hey, Oracle Dragon. How you doing? That could work, but my processing speed is limited. I might not create enough confusion. It's important too. That's why you have me. With Leo's help? Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I should say, as Thunderline said, UNC's security system ties closely to OJS. I know that the OJS protocol's better. True, but this mission needs real-time command across multiple units. My combat capacity is lower. I'd bottleneck coordination. Hey, Julie. The MSQ and mechanic told me to kill 2 priests. Julie's like, ah! Never mind, not Julie. High sleepless. All things considered, I should say behind. I may be less familiar with the OJS protocol than you, but my EW skills haven't gone rusty after all these years. Roberta thinks it through. When she arrives at the same conclusion as Lever, she nods. Alright, the next is set up for rush hour tomorrow morning. More people means more cover. Even if we're spotted, it'll be easy to escape. Everything good? Supper? Lever glances at Supper, who is scrutinizing a food processing machine diagram on screen. No problem, making trouble's my specialty. Plan sounds good to me too. Whatever you say, Lever. I have no objections either, but there's still one wildcard we haven't factored in. You mean Gerard's illegal armed automatons? Yes. We can't protect the numbers or weapons. If they appear, hacking alone won't stop them. Then bang bang bang, we take them all out! If you open fire, you'll hit civilians. Rush hour means a much higher risk. But rush hour's the best chance. Any other time, the chance of success drops by at least 45%. Success isn't everything. Huh? Robetta's right. But if you care, but this weekend there's free PoE 2 access. I don't know if I have the time. I'm not sure. I'll keep it in mind and see, I guess. Question mark. Lever cuts of Lena. Lever? Roberta's point is, while we should prioritize the success of the mission, if we cause another public disaster on the scale of the incident in ODE 1, the Gerard could be exploited again to tie up Montha, right? Roberta doesn't deny it, but says nothing. Lever ignores the silence and pats Lena on the shoulder. And like Dia said, if the chief just stashed something in a locker and Gerard doesn't even know about it, we might not need gunfire to succeed. That's what Roberta meant. I misunderstood. Sorry. It's fine. Then let's work on refining of the operation plan. Based on our previous discussion, we might need some backup contingencies. The light rail station alarm blasts during the morning rush hour. Lena weaves quickly through the chaotic crowd, while Lever's dispatch orders keep coming through level 2 comms link. Lever, I see patrol squad up ahead. Estimated countdown in 1 minute. Keep your course. D and I will deal with them. Supple, the patrol droids on your right are under control. Move now. 6 illegal armed droids are closing in from the both the southeast and southwest station entrances. Prioritize them. Don't let them enter. Got it. Lena takes a deep breath and charges straight towards the patrol squad ahead. Just as their cameras are about to capture her, the patrol automaton suddenly blare alarms and rush at a civilian door 3 meters away, surrounding her. Alarm cleared. Lever, I'm almost at the target location. Nearby surveillance is still under our control. D and I will keep the patrol droids busy. Watch yourself. Those are not 45 ACP. Confirming battle readiness. I'm done. Lena, Lever, how are things on your side? We've got a big guy here. This might take a while. Well, it won't. Just hang on. We'll be there soon. It almost definitely won't. Kill those 2. Pop. Kill these 3. They already did. All of this is pretty needless. With Lever's cover, let her close in on the target locker. Here it is, Lever. Good. We'll lose a nearby surveillance camera in 10 seconds. That's plenty of time. Lena, if... Don't worry, Lever. I believe in you. And then keys in the code quickly. With a crisp click, the locker door pops open. Parts of status gold are stacked neatly inside. So much money. Before Lena can examine it, patrol automatons have already regained control, surround the in a circle. Lena raises a gun at them, but after seeing the numbers, she immediately lowers her weapon to the ground and lifts her hands. Circle tightens. One of the station's PSA officers runs towards her, while the other stays back and directs the automatons to block passengers from boarding via radio. Glaring at the surveillance camera, then turns towards the approaching officer. But eyes drift past him, resting inside the departing train, and the Mehdi on board. Please be the real Mehdi. Please be the real Mehdi that just kind of appears and saves the day. Oh! No, I know what they're doing. They're deliberately getting Lena caught so that they can break her out afterwards, and the not Mehdi is now grabbing the stuff to just bring it back. Rurik's fist slams the desk with a dull thud. Cocoon remains unmoved by his side, watching demurely. What do you mean there's only Sardis gold? Impossible! The PSA officers have searched the locker and the surrounding areas thoroughly, then checked the surveillance footage. The locker does contain only Sardis gold. And the dolls! The only one caught is a T-doll named Lena. She's already en route back to Odessa. The other three are currently missing. Missing? That means he escaped, doesn't it? Useless trash, all of you! Please, sir, calm yourself. Though the contract of a legal transaction is gone, I've prepared witnesses as you requested. The Cancellator must still cooperate with the investigation. Her dolls, too, are now listed as suspects of illegal trade by the Odessa Oblast government and are high-priority targets. I risked everything to make Haley alter the database, not just to trap them for 10 days or so. It's a pity that Nomfa couldn't be completely pushed out this time. I questioned the informant at the station. He swears both the Sardis gold and the contract were in the locker this morning. But they seasoned tactical dolls, after all. It isn't entirely impossible for them to calculate the worst-case scenario on the spot and figure out the way to take the contract. Excuses. And what about you? You couldn't even stop them from hacking the station security system. Forgive me. I did strengthen the system's self-correction efficiency, but I didn't expect him to abandon the attempt at full control, and instead exploit flaws in the security design to evade capture. And since Haley had already altered the LEDs in the database, I allocated more processing power to remotely commanding the illegal armed automatons. Imbecile! I understand your anger, but you have already destroyed the chief's message. Even if you keep pursuing the matter, nothing will come of it. I will use this time to eliminate any leftover risks. Fine. As for those witnesses, once they've done their job, you know what to do. Yes. With Cocoon's soothing words, Rurik's expression eases slightly. I opposed grouping you on the Sect FABN from the start. That conglomerate is as cheap as its name, vulgar upstarts who think money can buy them anything. With Gerard's wealth, of course you don't need some funds, but it's allowed Sect FABN to subcore tier because... well, into the subcore tier because they're cooperation with Paradeus. After all, none of the core families want their own hands dirty too much. Hello, Heron, however, I am not a puppy. Even so, they don't deserve 2 third-gen dolls. Indeed, after Sexton was executed for failing a mission, Gerard officially only holds Darcher. Officially? If we're speaking officially, even Darcher isn't Gerard anymore. But what does officially even matter? Quite right. You alone hold the core technology for third-gen dolls. Without Gerard, a horoscope program could never advance. Pull that last night? Nice! UMP9. Yeah. I usually, the way that I pull for the guns is that I, most of the time stop the moment that I have one of the purples. Unfortunately for both Lever and Lena, I got the fucking legendaries before I got the purples. So... unlucky. Rick soaks in Cocoon's flattery, though his face stays dark. Those 2 useless nitwits only rashly struck at that... only one rashly struck at that brand of the Claude family, bungling an assassination and leaving the Nom for leverage. The other failed interception after interception. All this time the Paradeus test subject is still in the bounty hunter's hands. You need not worry. Bardia's handover and the recovery of the subject are not fully managed by Secht FABN. It will erase every trace of Gerard's involvement. You only need to focus on your campaign, and then lead Gerard's infiltration of Odessa while refining the third-gen dolls. Only. It tells me to improve the performance of third-gen dolls while strictly capping production. Now you're ordered here to just as an emergency support. If Gerard had even one capable combat doll, Namfa wouldn't have scored at this station. Apologies for the disappointment, sir. Enough. The calibrations of the Archer still not complete. The Neural Cloud was damaged during the combat against the Elmo crew in the Yellow Zone. The calibrations will take some time. Still, in this critical campaign period, perhaps it's best for the doll to lie low. When you return, tell Secht FABN their sponsorship dues are up next quarter. If not, there's no guarantee they get to keep your Blue Sphere. I'll remind the representative promptly. The dolls returned to Dia's company. Soppo, heavily damaged, is sent for repairs. Leave closes their inbox with a sigh. What a headache. Even though we extracted the contract in time, they had the witnesses ready. Namfa just issued a notice. Now Lena and the three of us are listed as dolls suspected of illegal trade. The Odessa Oblast government lacks proof to go directly after Kalina, but as a superior, she had been called to cooperate with the investigation. Thinking back, maybe Rook intentionally let us copy the laptop hard drive at the villa. He looks hot-tempered, but he's calculating. I underestimated him. Poor Lena and Kalina. They barely shook off the forged ID accusations, and now they've been dragged into this. That's not the right voice. What? Isn't this one of your contingency plans? My, don't say such cold things with Mickey's face. Rebella, surely you can understand the urgency of that moment. If the Odessa Oblast government had gotten their hands on the contract, Namfa Senior Counselor would be nailed for illegal trading. Not only would chasing Gerard be impossible, Namfa's influence in Odessa would plummet. So the instant you saw Kalina's name on the contract, you activated the contingency and sacrificed Lena. I thought no matter who you gave up, you would never endanger her. Leave freezes for a second, then smiles again. Originally, I was hoping you could just slip out quietly with the contract in G11's frame, otherwise I wouldn't have kept hacking the cameras and patrol droids. But even if you had found the weighted alarm, you still had no choice but to take the contract, right? So, I could only draw all of security's attention to Lena and let you escape with it. Lever, have you reached the point where you would sacrifice anyone for the mission? You said it was for protecting 4-4, but now you cast Lena out so easily. Why? Before it even meant a firefight in the station, you'd always protect your teammates first. Opening fire at rush hour would hurt more civilians. Thought we agreed on that. We managed to avoid causing heavy casualties this time only because the droids were restricted from using lethal force. And Soppo succeeded in intercepting the illegal armed droids. That was exactly what you feared yesterday, wasn't it? I know it was a logical choice, but if you know, then stop agonizing over it. We can't just let Kalina be arrested, Namfa be ousted, and Rorik become the interim chief uncontested. Leva's still wearing a smile, but it seems a little strange. She gets a Neural Cloud to calm down a little. Still, I'm sure Lena will be glad to know that you're so worried about her. I just want my friends to be safe. Relax. You got the contract out. With Kruger's skills, Lena, Kalina, and Namfa will be fine. Really? Otherwise, this commotion we caused wouldn't be confined to an internal Namfa notice. Instead, it would have been the headlines in tonight's Odessa news. Even if Lena has to suffer this time, I weighed the pros and cons. After all, rational judgment is every doll's advantage. Rebella ignores Leva's pointed words and changes the subject. While we did manage to dodge Gerard's trap, the deed is gone. Whatever the chief left is destroyed now. We risked so much and got nothing. Not necessarily. What? All thanks to your effort, Rebella. Leva hands her the device to G11. This is the photo I took off the locker. Bingo. Lucky you snapped it. I just processed the image. What's so special about it? G11 stares at the zoomed-in image. The inside of the gold locker is rusty, smudgy, and littered with scraps of cheap ads from small vendors. Since you're more interested in humans than me, you must know the saying, the most dangerous place is the safest. You can't possibly mean here. I checked the ads. One of the URLs linked to something pretty interesting. Leave opens a webpage. Land deed. A draft deed, to be exact. No signatories. But the plot location is written right here. ODE or fall. You want to check it out? Yes. A draft deed hidden among ads is suspicious, don't you think? We already questioned locker security. Maybe the chief used this as a backup channel to raise the odds of success. Since we can't return to Odessa anytime soon, and Kalina can't use any commands or use any information, send us any information, we may as well chase this lead instead of idling. According to my calculations, the probability of this leading to anything is low. No? So now you're crunching the probabilities like any other door. I never said I don't run calculations, I just choose different strategies. Then what's your choice this time, Rebella? We should go. You know, the odds of the AR team making it to this very day were even smaller. Dear just messaged, surplus repairs are done. You can swap back to your own frame now. Or have you grown attached to the G11 frame? G11 shoots Liv a sidelong glance, then heads for the repair room. She hesitates, but before walking through the door, she remarks earnestly, the diner gate was better. And she does not like diner gates. She hates the damn things, for reasons. Makes the inner work uniform look so wrong. Yeah. But this is the thing. Most of the dolls that you see in GFL, not all of them, but most of them, are default models. So the G11 model, though it wasn't called G11, but something else, there's many of them. Same as for the UMP models. Actually, no. I think UMP 45 is an exception to the rule. Because she is, in fact, a Sangos Ferry doll that was specifically manufactured to put herself into Griffin and shut down stuff from the inside. Without her knowing that, of course. Once Rebella switched back to her own frame and gone through a series of calibrations, Leva's group heads for the address marked on the land deed. Leva orders Sopo to scout ahead, while she and Rebella waits a short distance away. The ones who come and service doll from him, right? Yep. Most dolls were. Again, there are exceptions, like UMP-45 and UMP-40, though UMP-9 is not of the same frame. Fun fact, they're not technically sisters. Technically. But apart from military-style dolls, like 416, as well, because 416 was also specifically made to be a combat doll, most of the dolls that you had in GFL1 were, in fact, just common service dolls for plenty of different reasons. Like FNC being, I think, what this year? I'm not sure. Definitely someone who worked with chocolate and baked goods. Yeah. That have been bought up, and or maybe they even volunteered to change into a different occupation, handling firearms. That's also why most of the dolls are so unique. Leave out a support to scout ahead. Oh yeah, okay. No wonder there's no mark on the map. It appears to be just an old villa out in the suburbs. After all this running around, I find like this is really kills the mood. With Dear's help, we haven't encountered too many attacks along the way. It wasn't so bad. You're so strict. Don't tell me you also measure performance by kill count, like Lukai. That's where you live and so sleepy. It actually is. Because her combat capability, or the exact neurocloud that was implanted in her, together with the combat capability that was added to her, is actually drawing more power than the frame can support. So she is, in fact, an incredibly powerful combat doll. If she has enough power. It's why in GFL 1, her Mod 3 was in fact just giving her a gigantic battery bank. I'm only being realistic. Of course you are. The mapping for the altered IDs doesn't need to be too precise this time. As long as traces of the three of us pop up across Odessa, there's enough to keep the PSA busy. With the stick, it's probably running on auto by now. Should be. You just help pinpoint a newly set up encrypted server. Okay. Now all three of us are connected. Hopefully the security level's a bit higher. I don't want to be fighting while worrying someone might hack our home base. Do you think the EW ability surpasses yours? Hard to say, but Kalin's comms line with the Chief is strictly encrypted, and I really couldn't detect any tampering on the Chief's end. Besides, according to what Lena said earlier, the enemy also got hold of the comms code agreed upon between Kalin and the commander. Giant battery generated performance level. Yep. Well, yes and no. She can perform on that level for a short while without it. But if she's supposed to perform like that for a bit longer, she needs a battery. As much as I hate to admit it, the AW ability is definitely not below mine. Breaking even would already be lucky. If there are traps and slip in through the cracks, it'll be even harder to handle. Yeah, it's impossible to guard against everything. Rebecca, you're a modified third-gen doll. From your perspective, if the opponent's EW ability matches mine, and 70% of my performance is consumed by EW modules, how much processing power do I have left for combat? Even for an enhanced third-gen doll, trying to win in the physical fight and through EW at the same time is still extremely difficult. If you need guaranteed victory in EW, the best option is to stay in the rear, far from the battlefield. When Sop and I run missions together, I adjust tactics the same way. Sop takes points, I support with EW. But the opponent will definitely use the same tactics. That's really troublesome. Sop comes running quickly from not far away. I just circled the yard and didn't find anything. Judging by the villa's condition, it's been uninhabited for a long time. The second floor windows are cracked. As for smells, there are no traces of food or gasoline either. But the bushes around this place are too thick. To be sure, we'll need to look inside the yard. In that case, let's go take a look together. Front gate's on the other side. I already took the lock off while I was at it. Rebecca, what's wrong? You got a strange look on your face. If there's an ambush inside, you already alerted them. The lock was too old. It fell over for just a little touch. Forget it. Saves us from climbing the wall. Let's stay sharp and move in. While we're here in an old villa, surrounded by gigantic hedges and a garden, pour one out for my man Light. Absolute fucking baller. Like, come on, man. He was way too cool. At least, at first I was a little bit, I don't know about this guy, and then during that entire event where he ended up passing, god damn, what a man. Leave his group circle to run to the main entrance. But just as they reach the corner, Sobble suddenly raises her hands, leaving Rebella instantly dart aside, pressing against the thick shrubs. The dust-covered leaves tremble lightly but make no sound. Wait, something's off. Enemies? The gate is open. I only took the lock off and left. The hinges are rusted. It wouldn't swing open just from the wind. Lever scans the surroundings carefully, then signals Stopper to switch to level 2 comms. Supple, circle on the other side. Keep your steps light. On my command, we'll breach from both flanks. Okay. After a moment, Supple peers out from the bushes on the other side of the yard. Sets closer to the gates, and sure enough, there's a line of footprints. Now it's upon some fresh rust flakes right by the gates. Since the path we took wasn't long, and they still got in silently, they must be very cautious. A burglar? Who'd bother with such a remote old villa? A trap? Not sure, but if we don't go in, the lead ends here. We'll decide after we meet them. Supple, Rebella, get ready. We're going in 3 seconds. 3, 2... The evil counts down through the level 2 comms link. The dots tighten their grips on the weapons. 1. Supple burst in first. Gunfire explodes on the yard. It really is an ambush. Supple dodges nimbly. Rebella and Leela immediately fire toward the sound. A black shadow flashes towards the back of the 2-story villa. Bullets trace its steps, gouging a line of the ground. Supple, northeast 15 degrees, straight line 44 meters. Watch this. Supple steadies herself and charges fast. Fighting noises echo from behind the villa. Something like a flower trellis crashed to the ground. Damn, you're pretty strong. Rebella, go help her. I'll sweep the area. Be right there. Got it. Rebella quickly dashes around the villa. Bullets spray into the sky. Silent falls. Weapon confiscated. Target subdued, Lever. What's your status? There should be no other combat units in the area. Looks like just one. Yeah? We established that last week. Honestly, it's a great name. And I don't think the community would have accepted any other. She's also not smart enough to come up with anything special. And she's cool eyes. Yes. So we got a petty thief. Well, come take a look and you'll see. Why so mysterious? Is it one of the dolls we know? Footsteps approach and Eva reaches the backyard. Well, I don't know what they are doing here. Valid reaction. I should probably not have dropped my headphones on the floor, though. Getting replacement parts are going to be awful. I genuinely got up that. Hello, A94. That reminds me, though. While she is very cool, what they've done to AK-15 is an absolute tragedy. In the shadows, a disarmed woman stands facing the wall with arms raised and the back to the 3 dolls. Leva's eyes narrow as she recognizes her. I'd say long time to see, but for you to be at this place at this time, I didn't receive any intel about you being here before we set out. Did StateSec send you? I act on my own behalf. I, and Task Force Defy, have no ties to StateSec anymore. Leva tilts her head slightly, her eyes locked on the woman against the wall, her gun still raised. Then can you please briefly explain your purpose here? A94 of Angelia's Task Force Defy. Instead of answering Leva, A94 slowly turns around. You tell me first, what are you doing here? Information exchange requires mutual trust. This is a one-sided interrogation. Your former commander, Angelia, isn't here, and won't ever be. And as far as I know, Task Force Defy no longer exists. Since you still identify yourself as a member of Defy, why are you acting alone on your own behalf? Where are the other dolls? Please, please, give me at least some moments of AK-15 being an absolute badass without that fuck-ass mech that it ruins the character entirely. I beg you. Besides, our intel sources were not notified about this beforehand, and yet, you just so happen to appear at this remote villa the moment we show up. I don't believe this was coincidence. Main 84, are you on some special mission? Our situation is already unusual, and you showed up completely out of the blue. If there's something we should know, tell us. That's right, Rebella's got a point. And also, we've already wasted plenty of time. Could you kindly give me an answer within 1 minute? You already know everything about Defy. If you meant what happened around 2065, I'm more or less aware. But what happened in the 10 years after that, I have no idea. What I care about now is this. If you didn't get your intel from StateSec, then from where? Seeing Lever so cautious and Rebella somewhat lost and flustered, A94 glances at the gun aimed at her, then sighs in resignation. If you're worried about interleaks or more, you can relax. Since leaving StateSec, I've been using backdoors. Ones that are planted while I still work for them. Through them, I monitor some of StateSec's communications. Just a few days ago, I caught a suspicious signal. A suspicious signal? Yes, the signal was faint, but the content scrambled, indecipherable. A brand new form of encryption. I'm not sure, but it might be exactly what I've been searching for. By backtracing the signal, I confirmed its origin, right here. What are you looking for? At this stage, I can't tell you. I see. Lever. That's all I can say. What you do with me afterwards is up to you. A94 turns to gaze back to the wall and quietly closes her eyes. Pity. I don't know what A94 is hiding, but our mission is filled with enough intrigue. When every step feels like walking on thin ice, we can't afford even the smallest new risk. Lever shrugs and walks towards A94. Lever? Lever gestures for Rebella to be quiet with a wink. Rebella looks hesitant, but after meeting Soppo's eyes, they both tighten their grips on their weapons. In the night, the black gun barrels glint coldly. So, Lever takes hold of A94's raised right hand. Let's work together. Since your lead also points to this villa, it clearly isn't just some old house. Our team happens to be short a member for now. How will you fill in temporarily? You don't suspect me? I do, but based on what the Defy did before 2065, I still have some trust in you as one of them. Even though there are still plenty of problems in the world today, well, we still owe you our thanks for how things played out the way they did. And based on what you described, I have reason to believe that we aren't enemies. What do you think, A94? Alright. Huh? You agree so readily? I don't want to waste time and resources on meaningless fights. My mission has nothing to do with yours, so we're not enemies. Since we're both here to explore, I don't mind working with you. That's great. I wouldn't want to fight an old comrade either if I can help it. Now we can finally exchange some proper greetings. Long time no see, A94. Long time no see. Lever, Rebella, and... A94 looks at Soppo questioningly. It's Soppo. Right, Soppo. And please, don't address me as A94 anymore. I go by Alva now. With some light rustling, Soppo, gripping the cable, slides quickly downward and lands lightly. Safe touchdown. Let me take a look. Soppo switches to night vision and carefully scans her surroundings. After making sure it's safe, she connects onto the level 2 comms link. Rebella, Lever, Alva, it's clear down here. You can come down. Roger that. Soon the three dots ascend one after another along the elevator cable. With the help of night vision, they can roughly make out the fact that they are at the end of a passageway. The passage is about 2 meters wide, winding through the underground, its destination impossible to determine. Take a defensive formation, keep close to the walls, and don't fire unless necessary. At Lever's commands, the team moves out. Didn't think there'd be such a huge space underneath this villa. You'd think Soppo followed the escape marks and found hidden elevator behind the fridge. Shakes like that can't stop me. Alright, while you were coming down, I did a little check and found that the elevator still has power. I can't move it can't move only because of access restrictions. The system here is pretty secure. Taking full control is almost impossible. Lever, I'll prioritize disabling the cameras we can't avoid. Yes, please. The doors continue forward, all the while carefully evading surveillance. This passage is pretty long. Up ahead, we're close to the exit. Sounds like droids. Everyone stay sharp. After fully armed patrol of automaton passes, the doors step out of hiding and find the passage joining a much wider, taller tunnel. This thing's big enough for mid-sized trucks. Looks like a transport route. See, every so often there's a security gate. It's connected to plenty of side passages, like the one we just came from. The flooring here is reinforced for load bearing. It might be designed for some real big guys to pass. The narrow side passages are meant for human use. If the road widens suddenly, then there must also be a large entrance somewhere. We're at least 100 meters on the ground, aren't we? The whole road looks like it hasn't been in use in ages. Which only makes it more suspicious. Clearly it hasn't been used in years, yet they still post patrol droids to keep the security system running. Just what is this place? We don't have enough information yet. We need to push deeper. Bella, you and I will focus hacking the surveillance along the way, and engage patrol droids with electronic warfare if necessary. Supple, Alva, you two cover us and keep an eye out for threats. We don't know how many enemies we're up against, and Rebella, I can't fully control the system. And Rebella and I we must avoid open combats. Don't trip the alarms and escalate this situation. That's probably as best as I can do. Look. Turret. And unfortunately, I don't think I can move Mosen far enough to actually do something about that one. Die. I wish I got this running shoes only can spawn on the stash. Huh. Interesting. Another bit of a segment of combat missions, it seems. That doesn't go through floors, I guess. But hey, nice. Kill. Continue. More combat. Oh, never mind. After some investigation, they arrive before a sealed electronic door. The electronic sign on the door is dead too. What's inside? Don't tell me it's another mini-lab. It makes at least 3 we found. Heh, all look the same, and aside from small outdated security droids, there's nothing. The production rigs look like they haven't been started in over a year, and we can't extract any data from the electronic devices. Boring. At least we can confirm this is a small mechanical research site. The automatons match early Gerard parts supplied to Odessa security forces. No trademarks, but odds are the Gerard group owns this place. Then we hit the jackpots. Gerard has assassinated the chief, planted false evidence, and even deployed heavy guards. Or just hide some junk hidden in a workshop? This isn't up. Gerard already has the license to produce security droids. They have no need to be so secretive about it. So what's really going on here? If you want to know, we have to dig deeper. Eva? Let's move to a nearby side passage and prep for electronic warfare. Better if I handle it myself. You 3 cover me, please. Now cracking the system defenses. Arabella, I'll be counting on your support. Yep, I'll cut off their reinforcements. Kinda want Lever. Or Lever, Lena to be there. Jump. Thank you. That is quite the funny combination of things. Shoot him. And now there's only one left. Right now I'm not even using the broken doors that I have, and they're still kind of just falling over. While Eva walks in the intrusion, the other 3 doors form a semicircle around her and keep guard. It's taking a while. Is the door security level that high? It uses composite encryption. The success rate of cracking is about 45%. Even I don't care. I don't dare to use brute force. In case you alert the droids if you fail? Yeah. We also don't want to raise the defense level if the system flags a threat. Eva completes a hack and at least access level 2. I've taken the care of the door and the cameras inside the room. Supple, you won't be disappointed this time. Something good in there. Supple slings a weapon, dashes ahead and slips into the room. Wait, don't worry, it's just an ordinary lab. Perfectly safe inside. Let's go. The 3 remaining doors enter the lab. Rebecca and Alva both frown at the sight within. Supple, however, looks around in excitement. I'll check over here. She darts off towards a console. Eva, you call this ordinary? Objectively speaking, these are just some peculiar components. They're not components. Alva walks up to a specimen, an incomplete door frame hanging from the wall, missing a lower half and left arm, the chest unarmored. Inside the exposed mechanical torso, wires tangle in a chaotic mess. Synthetic skin coverage has less than 20%, no left eye module installed. An unfinished prototype, never fully assembled. Still one of the more complete ones here. Alva turns to the other specimens. They're even more fragmented, some only with a single arm or half a torso. Under night vision, they appear eerie and bleak. Yeah, even the most complete isn't 60% finished. Most likely failed attempts before the prototype stage. I nearly ended up like them myself. Alva, are you pitying them? Alva shakes her head. No. Just think I was lucky. What the fire's gone through hardly counts as lucky. At least I'm still standing here. Meanwhile, Rebella, who's been inspecting other specimens, comes over. She carefully feels around for a mechanical joint in the frame. This one has it too. Found something? A date. Look. Shining a flashlight at the joint, a faint engraving of some small text can just be made out. 2071. The last digits are too worn to read. So they were produced as early as 2071. Some parts can be traced back even earlier. They arranged in order of production dates, like fetal specimen displayed in the museum. Whether describes the match at neurocloud procedures produces. The thought unsettles her. She glances over at Soppo. Soppo, stop playing around. Huh? Time to go? Soppo glances back at the console wistfully, then hurries over. She eagerly thrusts a part into Rebella's face, making her squint and lean back. Rebella, look, I found something fun. Never seen one of these before. Get that out of my face! Okay. How many times have I told you not to just rip things apart? What if you trigger an alarm? Wait, so where did you get this from? There were heaps of scrap parts by the console. I'd never seen anything like this before, so I grabbed it. Hey, Rebella! Rebella strides over to the console and inspects the scattered parts closely. Seeing her reaction, the other three come over too. How could it be here? Found something? The part that Soppo picked up is Persica's design. Persica? Rebella motions to Soppo, and the latter obediently hands the part to Lever. Persica designed this kind of connector exclusively for one version of 3rd gen dolls. Its purpose was to adapt old 2nd gen parts to 3rd gen frames. But she unilaterally terminated that upgrade project. She later revised the design, and this type of connector was never produced again. So it never entered circulation. Since it was experimental, Persica only had them produced in minimal quantities. It would seem that Persica ought to investigate their contractors closely. You're saying someone stole the design from the manufacturer? Blueprints, prototypes, maybe later production matches, possibly even... Lever's gaze sweeps across the incomplete frames in the lab. This lab's purpose and research direction may all tie back to the Persica's theories and 3rd gen dolls. I noticed that the frames hanging here all use the same special connector. Oh my, maybe Rebella isn't the only 3rd gen doll successfully modified. It was never a success, not in Persica's eyes. Oh, no wonder she later brought Lena into her experiments. What happens? Rebella avoids the question. It doesn't matter. I've checked all the frames. None carry neuroclouds, so there's nothing to hack. There's no point in investigating this lab any further. We did gain something. Soppo, keep that part safe. Don't lose it. No worries. Soppo tucks the connector carefully into her pocket. Let's move on. As the Jolts leave the lab, the camera that Lever had disabled slowly swivels, tracking their departure. Not so hacked now, is it? We've gone through a lot today, and we're not even done yet. God damn. The electronic door opens smoothly, and Lever and the others enter the room. What is that? Wait, no, I actually know what this is. That's the boss that we had in Gunsmoke one time. So I guess that's where it's from? Well, well, well. This laboratory is larger than the others, with rows of cabinets filled with servers. Deep blue signal lights flash rhythmically without pause. Quite a party in here. So many servers. Is this Gerard's server room? For Gerard's scale, this is too small. Probably just one of the many server rooms. Still, hiding servers in a place like this? It's hard not to suspect what's stored inside. Maybe this is tied to the secret Gerard so desperate to hide. Should we try to hack them? Wait. There seems to be something up ahead. Prompted by Alva, the dolls direct the gaze down the row of the cabinets. In the flickering blue lights of the service, a tall vertical black shadow faintly appears against the farthest wall. A bunch of cables, maybe? That's blocked by the cabinets. I can't see clearly. Looks like we need to check for hidden threats first. Suppo or better. Move down the aisle between the cabinets. Alva and I will stay here, in case enemies try to flank us from behind. The other three dolls nod, and they all spring into action. Suppo and Roberta inch closer to the target. The thin black shadow on the wall remains motionless, like a beast lurking in the dark. Slowly the shadow becomes clear. It looks like an arm, but it's unnaturally long. Its narrow tip doesn't end in a hand, but a sharp scythe. Roberta shoots Suppo a look, and the latter promptly darts out from behind the cabinets, raising a gun and aiming at the unknown object on the wall. What is that thing? A strange doll hangs lifeless against the wall. Aside from the already elongated arms, multiple thin tendrils also extend from her back, almost like the appendages of an arthropod. The ends of the tendrils are either gun muzzles or scythes. The head can just barely be distinguished, but no facial features were ever designed. A cold alloy plate covers the entire face. The bizarre construction. Is this even still a doll? After observing the doll and confirming that it's powered down, Roberta relaxes slightly. Let's call Leva and Alva over. Having received Roberta's signal, Leva and Alva hurry over. Well, well, what an astonishing discovery. No wonder the chief was assassinated for finding these coordinates. This can't possibly be disguised as an ordinary automaton or civilian doll. Gerard is developing such a dangerous model. This is the prototype. The frames we saw earlier in the other lab were all defective specimens. If she used the same standard parts, then this is practically proof that Gerard stole Berserker's technology to research third-gen dolls. Roberta reaches towards the grotesque doll on the wall to investigate further, but Leva grabs her. What's wrong? Better be careful. We might be able to explain away our smooth progress thus far as having successfully misdirected the enemy's attention, but for the hiding place of such a deadly thing, the defenses here seem awfully thin. Your perspicacity is commendable. Hearing the voice from the doorway, Leva and the others immediately switch to combat readiness and disperse behind the nearby cabinets. Die! The lights in the room come on all at once, and the sudden glare briefly disrupts the doll's vision. Then the visual module stabilize. The one who just spoke is already standing in the middle of the aisle. The real guard dog has arrived. Dacha, a third-gen doll. She lifts her skirt with one hand and sinks into an elegant yet pompous curtsy. A pleasure to meet you. I hope I haven't caused you much alarm. A third-gen doll. Indeed. It seems you're not unfamiliar with the term. As Dacha takes a step forward, the dolls raise their weapons at her. Stay where you are. Don't move. Dacha immediately sets her parasol down by her feet, raises both hands and takes a step back. No need to be nervous, but I have no intention of fighting you. Otherwise, your remaining time would be spent only in terror and emptiness. Then we should be thanking you for sparing us. But right now, the one being held at gunpoint seems to be you. True enough. As I am now, I stand no chance. Leva, is this the highly lethal doll you mentioned earlier? Doesn't look like much. I thought we'd at least get a good fight the moment we met. My apologies. I cannot fight you here. Here? What do you mean? In another place you'd just twist my head off? If that is your wish, I don't mind obliging. Dacha fixes her gaze on Suppo and flashes a dangerous smile. Since you've made it this far, you must know something about this research facility. This is where all third-generation dolls were born. Though it has been abandoned now, and what remains are only defective pieces you've seen, and that failed prototype behind you. I don't think these things deserve to be called third-gen dolls. To share your opinion is an honor. These things cobbled together from rejects, vulgar, ugly, stupid. Much like the maker. Sounds like you've got a grudge against Gerard. They forge tools of conquest, yet they fear the very power they seek. The pitiful maker etched restrictions, fearful of the dolls turning on them. This server room packed with Gerard's data is farce, no different from a prison. Foolish, isn't it? The treasure's already in the thieves' hands, yet the soldier guarding it are shackled by the king's chains. I get the feeling she just insulted us too. Whether you can fight or not, you're not getting out of this without losing 2 legs and a head. Wait. Rebella presses Soppo's gun down, watching Duchess warily as she rambles on heedlessly. If you're telling the truth when you say you can't attack us here, and you're handing us all this information, that must mean you're confident that you can still keep us trapped here. Isn't that right? Dacia claps her hand happily. As a higher creation, I expected nothing from second-generation dolls. But you and that doll squad leader I met before have both impressed me deeply. I apologize for my earlier scorn and rudeness. Disregarding the threat, Dacia takes a step back and curtsies again. With her head bowed, her expression is obscured. I only hope your combat skills matches that of the esteemed dolls. Dacia suddenly snatches up a parasol, rolls to the side, and slips behind the row of cabinets. That's where the alarm is. Told you not to waste time talking with her. Soppo sprints toward the owl where Dacia has vanished and raises her gun without hesitation. Soppo, wait! A burst of bullets slams into the servers Dacia is using as cover. Sparks are up in the room, and the servers buzz angrily. Soppo, fall back. You and Alva secure the lab entrance. Restrict their movements. Do not fire without orders. I take back what I just said. Dacia's voice sounds eerily distorted. She slowly steps out from cover and curtsies once more towards Lever. You are even better. Her frame is unharmed and free from bullet holes. With the parasol in one hand, her lower body still looked on a curtsy while her upper body remains upright. She looks both elegant and absurd in that posture. What happened to her? Thank you for freeing me. The server Soppo shot crackled behind Dacia, making her voice sound broken. Freedom at last. I am no longer bound to those fools' orders. This is her server. Correct! Dacia finally straightens up completely. The head turns at an unnatural angle towards Alva, who has reached the entrance, but eyes are not focused on Alva. Transaction complete. I leave the rest to you. If you disappoint me, I won't spare you. As if in response, the surveillance camera above Alva, which should have been disabled, flickers to life. Someone watching us, Lever. The surveillance control has been taken back. Multiple droids are closing in on sight. Ignoring the doll's commotion, Dacia slowly raises the parasol. Everyone, prepare for combat. Purging local data. Seemingly oblivious to the doll's incoming attack, Dacia lowers her eyes and smiles faintly as she strokes the shaft of her parasol. Suddenly, a smile twists into a horrific grimace, and what she does next leaves the doll stunned. Dacia drives the parasol into her own core. More fractured crackling. Silver sparks burst like fireworks. The heat chars her synthetic skin, releasing an acrid stench. Fluid runs down the parasol and drips onto the metal floor, spreading slowly. Dacia loses all balance and topples forward. The parasol's tip pierces completely through her core. At the same time, the servers erupt in a shrill roar. The prototype third-gen doll hanging on the wall lights up. I wonder if she has a different body somewhere. One that she's now able to use or something. The servers keep howling. Dacia's actions are beyond comprehension. The chaos before them leaves the dolls unable to calculate any reasonable outcome. It's deafening. Lever, the server data is being destroyed. Gerard is wiping the evidence. Rebella, lead Soppo and Elva to fight the patrol droids. I'll light the servers and stop the purge. You decide the timing and tactics. Understood. Dang, that doesn't work for that. Actually, maybe this. Yeah, not let's kill them both. Die. Mind you, die too. And another combat mission done. After taking down the system's defense automaton, Lever quickly hides behind a block of virtual data. Lever's neurocloud calculations gradually output the server several results as she observes level 2 space. Impressive. Using data to lure us into destroying the servers, then exploiting the server damage to launch a strike on Gerard's data center. Thought we finally grabbed Gerard by the throat, but it turns out we've been caught in one big net instead. Lever looks towards the collapsing edges in the distance. After weighing options and running more calculations, she sighs. The data protection functions have nearly collapsed. I can't handle this alone. I'll need to ask Rebella for help. Lever prepares to cut the connection to level 2. Network error. Your request has been denied. Huh? So hospitable? I really don't expect to deserve such courtesy. Though still smirking, Lever grows more wary and starts scanning our surroundings carefully. Not far away, broken data fragments begin to reassemble, forming another system defense automaton. A light, lilting voice comes through a speaker. How about perishing along with the data, Miss UMP-45? You're welcome to try. Inside the server room, the dogs fighting patrol droids notice Lever's abnormal state. Rebella, what's happening with Lever? Her neurocloud is cut off. Most probably caused by the hack. What do we do? With Lever's EW ability, she won't go down easily. The first priority is keeping her frame safe. Check her statuses. We retreat to a safe position, then prepare to provide EW support for Lever. Rebella props up Lever's unresponsive frame and quickly takes cover behind another obstacle. Uh-oh, Rebella, check the cache space. So many output requests bounce back. That's a failed output, isn't it? Could this house be broken? How's it in your hands? Same here. Something's off. The constant and the turn times don't match. The sync failure prompts are only showing now. Damn, our network environment is being controlled. Likely from the moment we entered here, all our upload information was intercepted. You mean they tampered with the sync process? Yes, they most likely forged a fake virtual relay. From the moment we entered the underground facility, our submitted data never even reached the DS encrypted server. Rebella sprays a burst of bullets toward the squads of droids rushing in from outside the lab. We don't have time to worry about this for now. Fall back first, we'll deal with the rest later. A piercing wail interrupts the stalls fighting with the automatons. Massive electromagnetic interference throws the dolls off balance, forcing them to down on one knee. What's happening? Rebella fights through the dizziness and looks toward the source of the sounds. The prototype that's been quietly hanging on the wall suddenly stirs. Multiple tendrils behind her grows through as though blood is flowing within. Her helmeted head jerks unnaturally. Neurocloud loading. That's Darch's voice. Didn't she self-destruct? Her residual neurocloud has been synced to the prototype. Since Darch has already broken the restrictions that Gerard programmed into her base layer by destroying her own neuroclouds, Gerard's attack restraints probably no longer apply to the prototype either. She won't stay dead. Is she a cockroach? Let me blow up with... The shrill wail sounds again. Stop his movements is disrupted before she can act. Electromagnetic interference hit us too hard. We don't stand a chance like this. First blocking our data sync, then trapping Lever. Make sure definitely wipe us out in the silence and erase all the evidence. Suppo, Alva, take Lever. Retreat before she's fully activated. Ben and the others dash down the corridor. Alarms in rapid approach of mechanical units filling their ears. Patrol squad incoming. What? There's more of them, but I don't remember running into this many patrols on the way here. Even the security droids in the protection floors have been activated. Prepare to engage. Objective, break through the encirclement. Don't get bogged down. Supple, guard Lever. Okay, leave it to me. That do be a thing. Hey, Killer Wolf. Want to go through the frontline? The event's interesting. It's a start for an interesting storyline, maybe, potentially. Ready for breakout. I'll leave on your hands up. Okay. This map was cool. Though I still stand by my opinion that there's a way better framework for the story missions than what we have already in the game, just not being used for it. Which is a shame. Can't quite reach that one. That's unfortunate. But hey, it's a start. There's only those three there, plus the one up there. Kill one, then also kill two more. That's not quite right. Definitely want to kill this guy, because he's going to be flanking us. So die. Yeah. Get him and then shoot the other one. You can put a turret down here. Which will shoot one of those guys. And your turn. You can kill these two. And now we are too far away to kill the other one this time. But we can move on. Hope you're doing well today, Killer Wolf, though. Die. I think let's use this attack, why not? An opening in the encirclement. Move! Supple, you go first. I'll cover. Take the passage we came from. Got it? Supple travels through the gap with Lever on her back, not forgetting to stomp hard on the small droid that's fallen to the floor. Out of my way, you pest. You're lucky I'm sparing you this time. Supple, we don't have time for this. Fine. Supple, are you alright? Want to switch? I'm fine. Now that we're further away, the interference isn't as strong. So we'll just leave a frame on the back. Still, Persica really needs to make dolls lighter. Rebella, do we really have to go back the way we came? Even if another path might lead us above ground, the situation is critical. Everything else is unknown. If we take a wrong one, we'll get pincered and blocked in the dead ends. Hold on, we're close to where we descended. Heat signatures ahead in the right corridor, about 20 meters away. A squad of armed droids are about to intercept us. There's no end to this. It's the same map, flipped upside down. Put you there, put you in the front line. There. The reason is quite simple. I want to kill the two to our left. Quickly with lever. She can't actually reach that. Never mind. I thought you could just walk around the backside here, but no, it doesn't work. But here's the question. Lena, where can I send you to? Can you jump the gap? No, that's unfortunate. Then I won't leave it to do it. Kill. Well, everybody. Honestly, I'm still not sure why she, of all people, gets the shield wings that machine guns used to get. But here we are. Not machine gun, shotgun bolts. Blech. Wrong one. Yes, bundle up. How many can you kill? Not many. I can make you kill 2 over to the left side here. So you will. Actually, Levi, if I put you here. That's a better way, because then you uncover. I can put you in here in cover. Kill those 2. Bzz. Bzz. Just looking around if there's maybe a collectible I can pick up somewhere. It doesn't look like it for now. I do know that they like to hide things you can pick up every once in a while. I don't actually know the range of these turrets. I'm gonna put one down and see. Oh look, 2 enemies close enough together to just blow sky high. Second turret, go! Kill! Dang. Didn't want to shoot. Just a little bit out of range. Well, I guess you just die now. Roberta's group keeps fighting the armed droids in pursuits. Once we turn that corner, we'll reach the passage. Suppo, how's Lever? Still no response, but I can haul all the way back to Kiev if I have to. Don't worry. Right. No heat signatures ahead. Rear pursuit will enter the line of sight in about 3 minutes. Suppo, you'll probably need to climb the rope again. Can you manage? No problem. Just strap Lever to me. Good. Everyone speed up. Once we reach the surface, counter up immediately to buy time for retreat. The dots accelerate, but as they are about to reach the passage, they stop in their tracks. Security gates have been closed. Alva, Rebella, get clear. The once wide passage is now all a wall of steel, so they immediately raise a gun and fires at the gates. The bullets only leave shallow marks. Damn it! What about your grenade launcher? You are sub 2. Sub 2 with a grenade launcher. Whoever reclaimed security access must have closed it. Turn back now, we'll take the passage we just passed. The shrill wail locks down the doll's movement once again. A metal scythe scrapes across the floor, making an awful noise. Multiple squads of armed droids appear ahead. Behind them, the prototype, now partially activated, draws ever closer. Our retreat's cut off. Since we can't escape, we'll fight them head on! So we'll probably leave up against the security gate. She grimaces as she resists the prototype's interference. A gun-wielding hand trembles faintly. Leo wakes up. How many pieces do you think I can break that prototype into? However many you like. The battle with the prototype officially begins. Silence the witnesses. Execute. Dodge's voice keeps repeating stiff mechanical commands. Watch out, her neurocloud seems to be malfunctioning, but her strengths are merciless. Alva bends back just in time to avoid the prototype's sharp scythe. Missing a mark, the prototype jerks her arm back, leaving a jagged scar across the metal wall. All units, report current frame damage rate. Rebella drops an attacking droid with 2 precise shots, then nearly stumbles as the prototype's electromagnetic interference falls her to steady herself against the wall. 35%. Around the same here. Rebella, how are you holding up? 50%. I'm fine, but the prototype is becoming more agile. At this rate, we'll start taking a lot more damage in no time. We need to spawn on the hidden treasure. Sure. I mostly want to know which map it's on, so I can find it. Because there's usually one in the maps at this point. I just don't know where to look for it this time around. We need to neutralize the electromagnetic interference first, otherwise we'll always be fighting with our hands tied. Can you hack her? No. Every network I can detect is under our control. I can't break in remotely. If this keeps up, never mind the prototype, we won't even be able to handle all these armed droids gathering around us. The fight grinds into a stalemate. The dolls, barely holding the line in the rare gaps between the bursts of EM interference, have no time to strategize. Can't do it remotely, then what about via wired connection? I would increase the success rate, but it's still inversely proportional to the prototype's security strength. So it's possible, right? What are you planning? Well, I can still move. I'll exploit the gap right after another burst of interference to get close and jack straight into the port. Then I'll give you full access to my base layer. You'll just have to use me as a relay and hack through our own local network. Then... No. Rebella cuts up off instantly. Why not? There's only shot. The prototype's design isn't compatible with us. Even if you manage to reach her, you won't be able to connect. So what? We just sit here and wait to be destroyed? Well, no, you can connect. Because it's a level 3 doll and you just picked up the part that is the inter-layer between level Gen 2 and 3. I'll think of something else. Alva scrutinizes Rebella's expression. After quick calculation, she decides to speak up. There may be a way. Like Darcher said, the prototype is based off the other frames in the lab, so she probably shares the design, which means the connector swap grabbed in the lab might actually work. As for frame structure, you know Berserker's 3rd gen doll design better than I do. Even if we solved the issue of compatibility, the windows between interference bursts are too short. Sopper will barely have time to follow through. If she slips up, she's... Huh? Do you expect me to solo the prototype? No way. Exactly. If I mess up, then you and Alva cover me. If I freeze from interference, you two buy me time. But if you get hit, your chance of rebooting is close to 0. Then you'll just have to keep a close eye on me. Come on, just send me where the most viable port is. With you watching my back, Sopper's invincible. Realizing Sopper's resolve, Rebella clenches her fist. Then promise me, no reckless charges this time. Follow my orders. No problem. Alright then. The port will probably be near her core. Judging from the frames in the lab, the most viable one is likely wired into her head. her head. Interesting. Supple checks the stiffness out of her joints, then tosses the firearm away. Better drop anything that slows me down. Rebella hesitates for a moment, then nods. We'll cover for you. All set, just give the word. We strike 5 seconds after our next interference bolt. Alva, focus on supporting Supple and keeping the arm droids busy. I'll stay back and provide covering fire and prepare for the hack. Roger that. Supple, the jack and timing is your call. I'll match your move, but if I order a retreat, you must obey immediately. Got it. I've been sneaking around all this way. I'm eating for a proper fight. Rebella, I leave the cleanup to you. Let's tear this place apart. Supple barely finishes the sentence when the piercing wail comes again. Count on 4, 3, 2, 1. At 0, the Dolls launch the offensive. Now I'm counting on you. Supple shoots forward like a loosed arrow, trailing a red streak in a wake. The armed droids on the forefront fire frantically, tracking a darting figure. Too slow! Supple kicks off the plating of a small crawler droid and springboards past the prototype stabbing scythe. Before the armed droids can even reach their aligning point, she already burst through the first line of defense. This is boring, come on, more of you, all of you, come at me! Supple rips across the battlefield like a thunderbolt, smashing droids left and right, her grin growing more and more maniacal. Ah, Supple, you nutcase, Alva, cover her! The game has only just begun! Supple snatches a hovering drone mid-air and hurls it straight into an oncoming droid. While she succeeds in neutralizing its attack, she's also leaving her back exposed. Spotting the opening, the prototype instantly drives its scythe forward without hesitation. Supple, duck! The precise burst slams into the prototype's tendril, forcing it to strike wide. Flipping forward, Supple plants a foot on the wall, rebounds, and snatches the thrashing tendril in her hands. Gotcha! She yanks out, and the tendril grows taut. Useless junk, guess I'll take it off your hands! She's about to rip it free when a new pulse of interference tears through her, forcing her to let go with a hiss. Supple, focus on your objective. Follow orders! The burst of interference and Rebella's shout jar Supple back to her senses. She sticks her tongue out sheepishly. Sorry, on it! The Rebella and Alva covering are new. Supple finally closes in on the prototype. Warning. Danger. All the lights along the prototype's tendrils blaze red. They whip and lash to drive Supple back. But Supple charges ahead without slowing down. Rebella's and Alva's gunfire carves open a path for her. Through the hail of bullets, Supple leaps again and scrambles onto the prototype's back. She ignores the droid swarming after her, seizes the prototype's jaw and wrenches hard. She tears the armor off the prototype's head in one brutal motion. The exposed board gleams in the open. Without a second thought, Supple slams the connector in, links directly into the prototype. Commencing hack. Also, I do have to say one thing. The level 2 space in this game is a lot less interesting than it is in GFL 1. This is probably the first time that we actually see it be a little bit more interesting than just a white space. And it's still kinda boring, apart from that symbol in the background, I guess. Considering the things we saw in GFL 1... I probably won't have to bother with strategies here. Yep, no, I don't. Bang. Very funny. On level 2, the prototype and the system defense droids fragment into data blocks. Rebella successfully blocks the prototype's electromagnetic interference function. To prevent ending up like Lever, she doesn't go deeper in and promptly exits level 2 instead. She had 2 yellow eyes there. Yeah. The EM interference is taken care of. Supple fall back to the fence first. Okay. Supple tears off the last small droid clinging to her, leaps off the prototype and temporarily retreats to a safe distance. Malfunction. Error. Reboot. Target lost. Reboots. The prototype keeps trying to reboot. Falling into disarray, she slashes her many tendrils wildly, slicing apart the armed automatons that were attacking in coordination with her. She's flailing all over the place. There's no way to get close at all. Supple, your damage rate? 55%. It's fine, I can still move. Supple gives a thumbs up, her other hand clutching dearly the trophy she has just ripped off the prototype. Here. Out of the top of the firearm she has dropped. Thanks. She won't be in the safe for long. Get ready for battle. Right. The Knolls quickly shift formation, while the prototype's system is finally stabilized. Silence the witnesses. Execute. How are you gonna do that without EM interference? Supple racks a slide on a gun. Meet you in here with your friends. Alpha suddenly reloads her magazine. This time I'll wipe you out completely, imposter. The battle is about to begin anew. There's a box. You think you can hold me here? Think again. Let's end this game of cat and mouse here. There's no more than one unit. So either there's an internet prompt here, or here. It's gotta be one of the two. I would guess the box, but it might also be the terminal here. Because this looks interactable, I would say. And maybe it's also just a thing. But the funny part is, the problem here won't be that I will struggle to kill the enemy. The problem here will be to not kill her. Bang. It's not on this side. And I will deliberately not attack her because, yeah. I'm pretty sure that I know what to do to grab the thing. No, never mind. Guess it's maybe not on this map? Well, kill. Meanwhile, on level 2, where Leela is. How long do you want to keep playing hide and seek? Leela shoots a system defense droid in the front of her to smithereens. How long have we been running in circles like this? Even if you're not tired, I'm freaking tired. Since we both want to go after the Gerard group, can't we call it a truce and talk? If you're willing to give up this pointless struggle, I don't mind stopping. Looks like it's no deal then. Avoiding the edge of collapsing data, Leela fires, but the bullet only grazes the surrounding system defense droids. You have Sexton's impersonated the chief before, but now you turn on the Gerard group, color me perplexed. Just adapting to the situation. Not denying it at all, huh? How confident of you. Planning to destroy me here then? Her opponent makes no answer. Leela sees the opening between the droid's attacks and quickly relocates. If I can't, that would be a deal. Is that you being modest, or are you just bragging? Just making a statement of fact. Your electronic warfare abilities are exceptional. To be honest, since I left the production line, this is one of the trickiest fights I've faced. I think you fought me without pulling your punches. The outcome might have been decided long ago. Can I take that as an agreement? Your EW performance is at least on par with mine, yet you keep running around all this while. Likely you're tackling other tasks at the same time, aren't you? Nothing escapes you. Since you're so honest, I'll give you a piece of advice in return. If you don't start taking this battlefield seriously soon, you'll regret it. Lever repositions herself again and opens fire, but the spray of bullets do no real damage to the pursuing automatons. While I admire you, bluffing won't. The other voice cuts off abruptly. Noticed it, finally? Possible. A right chuckle can be heard. Beautifully done. You weren't scuttling around to recover data in the server room, but to retake control of the security system. Same for you. With me trapped here, my teammates must be in danger. I need to get out fast. If I can't win the data struggle, I have to snatch an advantage elsewhere. But that's impossible. You'd better come to terms with reality quickly. You misunderstand. What I mean is, with the second-gen doll's capacity, no matter how distracted I am, such a loophole can't exist. But she has access to double the space. It's a hardware limitation, not explainable by luck or oversight. The droid suddenly unleashes a burst of bullets towards Lever mid-conversation and directs the other droids to join in on the attack, but Lever fends it off easily. Restoring to sneak attacks because you can't win? That's bad form. I'm just curious about your processing mechanism. Looks like I'm right on the mark. Since earlier, the frequency of the attacks on my backend hasn't changed a bit. Multi-threading has its limits, and you're still a backward second-gen doll. You seize an opportunity, but... Welcome, Shady. You have seized an opportunity, but to maintain stable efficiency, using only your own processing power against these system defense automatons should be very taxing. With the exploit degrading performance of the droids under your control, shouldn't I be finding this much easier to handle? No. Something has been off since our game began. Even back at the light rail station, your processing capacity and speed far exceeds what most second-gen dolls are capable of. Can you tell me, who's helping you? Or rather, is it only you? Who else could there be? My processing capacity just so happens to be a bit better than others. 40. I think there's an extra core on your processing hub. You're not the same as other ordinary second-gen dolls. Is it this really time for the tech research? Time's short. When the expert spreads, even the droids you're puppeteering won't obey anymore. You have a point. Since you're kind enough to warn me, I'll return the favor with some intel. Even if you succeed in exploiting a loophole in the security system, I guarantee you this. To completely seize security authority from me, the computing power required will exceed your neurocloud's capacity. And I do mean all of it. Are you sure you want this? Stay here and you'll only lose a fragment of your neurologs. Force this, and it will end with your neural meltdown. That might scare my teammates, but me? I'm just an ordinary, frankly third-rate second-gen doll in terms of combat capability. Weigh the pros and cons, then make the most logical choice. That's my style. As long as our neurocloud data survives, then they'll someday become the bullet that kills you all. If all it costs is my neurocloud, then that's a win. Then, good luck. The defense droid before her shatters into data, and the unknown voice vanishes. Alarm starts blaring all over level 2. On the enemy commands, the security systems escalate to a maximum alert. Countless defense droids close in from all directions. Now that's more like it. Looks like it's all the time I finally gave it everything I've got. Lever looks at her right hand and the UMP-45 submachine gun in her grip. It's gonna spin with her through the years, brought her victory, and witnessed her shame its despair. Now she believes it has become the wings that shield her comrades. Never again the cold weapon forced to aim at those who mattered. What shields me? 40. The Bella's team is still fighting the prototype. Even without electromagnetic interference, the prototype still carves clear gashes into their frames. After a brutal struggle, the three dolls have managed to cut off 3 of its tendrils. Why is it still so lively? Rebella, the enemy has already learned our rhythm and weaknesses. Rebella glances towards Lever, who is utterly motionless. Only the blinking light in her visual module shows that our neurocloud is still running. Our energy is almost depleted. If we drop our rear defenses and force our way past the prototype, there's still a chance. Someone gets struck by a tendril and slams into the wall. Rebella, you must decide. Hey. Rebella rapidly runs calculations, searching for another way out. But every result points in abandoning a lever to save the 3. Ah, that's right. A familiar voice pipes up from behind. Lever! Lever gives Soppo a little wave. Seeing her finally extricated from level 2, Rebella exhales in relief. Took you long enough. Cut me some slack. Also, I've taken back security control here. Time to hightail it. Under command, the closed gate slowly rises. The dogs waste no time retreating on the lever's direction. Lagging behind, lever steps forward slightly. What's the matter with you? Escaping level 2 took some real effort. Give me your hand. I'll help you. Thanks. Rebella, my neurocloud is taking some minor damage. Don't transfer command back to me for now. Alright. Zop and Rebella quickly lift lever by arms, while Alva slows down to cover the rear. She keeps firing, trying to hold off the prototype. This is the only disciples we took. It leads straight to the elevator. Dodging the prototype strikes, the dogs sprint towards the elevator. But the prototype hot on their heels suddenly halts. I see the lights flicker. I head twists stiffly as if in hesitation. Didn't catch them, what a pity. But the primary objective is achieved. Don't worry, I've already made a base layer backup of your neurocloud. It won't be destroyed. Gotcha. You'll cooperate with me until the end, right? Silence. Terminate. Initiating self-destruct countdown. The dogs run quickly toward the elevator shaft they descended through. Why has the thing stopped chasing us? Someone looks back at the prototype. As the distance grows, that figure shrinks smaller and smaller. Forget it, the elevator's right ahead. At Lever's command, the elevator opens its door just at the right time for the dolls. Go! The dolls rush into the elevator, the doors shut, and the prototype disappears completely from view. The elevator ascends rapidly. Left behind, Darcher stares impassively at the closed elevator doors. Initiating self-destruct. The prototype explodes, a blinding light erupts without the epicenter, and almost instantly, rolling smoke engulfs everything. Blast wave surges, the electronics throughout the underground research site detonate one after another. The earth trembles, and the doors in the elevator brace against the walls to keep the balance. Fortunately, the elevator reaches the surface at the critical moments. Retreat to safety immediately. At Eva's command, the doors spread out of the villa. The instant they cross the yard, the dilapidated building collapses entirely under the explosion's impact. They stare at the ruins with trepidation. Plus one. We nearly got buried alive in there. Eva turns around. Expression darkens as she looks towards the satellite city in the distance. Oh dear, it's too soon to relax. Huh? Eva jacks her chin towards the satellite city, motioning the others to look. The dogs look and indicate the direction. The satellite city far away. Thick smoke rises, and fire, like a massive maw, swallows the night sky. How could this be? Sitting on the sofa, Cocoon replaced the combat record from the underground lab once more. Such an interesting processing mechanism. I really should find another chance to make contact. When should I schedule the next tea party with Levi, I wonder? Gerard's server data finishes syncing. Hello, Shady. But she's evil! Gerard's server data finishes syncing. Cocoon opens several files on the research and development of 3rd-gen dolls. She reads through the files quickly, her expressions shifting from time to time. Former Griffin dolls, huh? 2nd-gen dolls, such fascinating things. She closes the files, then raises her head towards the mysterious man watching the distant fire. Thanks to Darcher's help, we obtained plenty of valuable data. How long until Darcher can be rebooted? I still don't know who this man is. I swear, in terms of silhouette, he matches some people, but I know that one of them is now definitely confirmed dead. So... man. You don't want to get spoiled. I want to do Lena's event. The problem is... The real problem is the fact that Lena's event ends before the second part of this event drops, which is incredibly stupid. So I will do it. Tomorrow even. But... I am really annoyed at how some of the things in this game are run. Because I can guarantee you the only reason why the first and second part of this event aren't being run separately, aren't being run at the same time, and Lena's event is delayed, is simply down to the fact that running both UMPs at the same time makes more money. Because people will want both of them, so they will have to spend money to get them as many times as they want. It doesn't have anything to do with chronology. Like, obviously, it's a problem with chronology. But the problem right now is the fact that they're doing it out of greed. There's no other reason other than to make more money by releasing Leva and Lena at the same time. It would make them significantly less money if they released Leva and Robella at the same time, and then Lena afterwards. Because people will just prioritize one of the two. Usually, most fans of the UMP sisters will want both of them. And Robella will still be a thing that they want, but not to the same degree. So they'll probably get one copy of Robella, and that's it. But there's plenty of people that will want V6, Leva and Lena. So... just on the way the wall schedule wants this way. Yeah. Honestly, the game... The way the game is being run, specifically on global, it's making me lose any kind of hope that I have for this game ever becoming a particularly good continuation to GFL1. GFL1 had plenty of problems, but none of them were this motivated by greed. Apart from one maybe, and they fixed that with time, because the release of SF doll capture was in fact just greedy. But ever since the first double event that was run simultaneously, they've just been doing it over and over. There's just so many things being done that have no purpose other than to maximize the fucking money flow to the company at all times. Doesn't matter how much it ruins the game in terms of feel or how it plays. It's just money. Cold, hard cash. All the way down. And it pisses me off. Anyway. I don't want to get heated right now. So am I raising Gerard's suspicion? Her Neurocloud's master copy was destroyed with the server room. Rebuilding from the base layer will take some time. Very well. And the other one. Theorizing time. What if this is Hume? Does that make much sense, considering the fact that Irma killed him? Not necessarily, but at the same time, he also lived, like, a ridiculously long life. Like, way more than the person is able to. It's more unlikely, it's more likely that this is probably another fucking continuation of, you know, that asshole. Paradius, head scientist and resident dipshit. Dipshit, that's what I wanted to say. But, hey. Her function are nearly repaired, and neural modifications are going smoothly. Unfortunately, her frame was badly damaged, and the stored neural data still can't be fully restored. Because of this, we still know little about Nomphos collaborators. That's fine. Make sure Rurik doesn't suspect anything. Rest assured, Gerard wants to use her as the master version for the production of a new model of third-gen dolls. Performing neural modifications on her is perfectly justifiable. And with you pulling the strings, Legislator Rurik will be far too busy for quite some time. Finish the modifications on her and Dodge as soon as possible. We'll need them. Is the restriction on you also lifted? Yes, thanks to you. Do you require anything of me? Maintain the status quo, wait for its reply, and clean up after yourself. Now's not the time to openly oppose Gerard. Understood. Cocoon gazed demurely at the man's back. Anything else? No? I was only marveling at your decisiveness and boldness in riding the tide. We once placed hopes in the chief, leaking into him on purpose. Although he used it to locate the research site, he still made mistakes. How you made us end is regrettable. He moved too slowly. Under those circumstances, if he'd kept covering for him, Rig would have grown suspicious. True. What surprised me was that, after abandoning the chief, you immediately took a massive gamble, handing Nomfor the backdoor key and letting Kalina's team, who should have been eliminated, regain their freedom. Then you planted the lab coordinates in Rurik's trap and arranged for Dacha, our collaborator, to go there, luring them to sabotage the server, to open a breach. And now even the little toy Dacha whimsically brought back will be put to use by you. Every single player, knowingly or not, has become your piece. This precise control of timing and correct judgment of the situation are impossible even for a doll. You think dolls can control timing and judge situations accurately? You don't think they can? The mysterious man glances coldly at Cocoon through the window's reflection, then turns his gaze back to the distant orange-red glow, the flames kindled by Gerard's exploded server room and the Berserk droids. Use your processing power. Tell me what happens next. Gerard's underground server has been breached. Through the loophole, I invaded the other servers. Chaos will spread across Odessa, shattering residents' peaceful dreams. Now, with Gerard's countless droids in Odessa going haywire, the technology they once boasted about has become the blade pointed at themselves. Gerard will pay dearly for this. And then? If handled well, Gerard's position in Odessa won't collapse, but their new stock used for the financing will suffer. Combined with the massive compensation they're liable to pay due to the droid malfunction, they'll face a funding crisis. Still, with its support, Legislator Rurik will likely only lose part of its free votes. He can still be elected interim chief, and the Lullaby project will continue. Go on. But Gerard's falling commercial value, plus its recent troubles, will lower its evaluation of them. That is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Seeing the man's indifferent silence, Cocoon's smile deepens. So, what's wrong? What you see is merely the result of your computation module derives from current factors. That's why you underestimate Rurik. It and the people of Odessa. Perhaps. Just so they don't understand why, over the years, even though Sect FABN had more direct means to oppose Gerard, you never acted openly. In wartime, bullets and shells rule. In peace, we play by a different rulebook. I've also guessed Carter, but Carter's dead. Hey, creature. Welcome to the end of the stream, essentially. The longer people live in peace, the more they fear conflicts, and fear will become the barrel of oil that sets Gerard ablaze. I don't know how long this cutscene is, but this is going to be the last thing of today. So you've made other preparations. Adapt to the tide, wait for the chance. Every piece you place will one day yield your returns. Once fire is lit, it must not be extinguished. Yes, the long nights is only just beginning. They say no more. Cocoon slowly walks to the window and joins the man in gazing at the night swallowed by fire. On the spotless glass, her reflection shows a face both meek and cold. So glad I called you. Well, there goes the cutscene. I hope you're doing well. However, this was 2 hours and 43 minutes-ish of story reading, essentially. A lot faster than expected. And with Lena's event being a side event, as far as I'm aware, we should be able to catch up to it tomorrow. So, tomorrow will be another stream of GFL2, where we will do, in fact, more event reading. And it will be Intertwined Assault. Is that Trader of the Chainsaw didn't have enough? Damn. Which will be quite interesting considering that little bitch in the background there. Oh, that was, yeah, I know what you mean. Because this is a Niter, I think? Unless this is a Naito, but I don't think so. And I hate them. Distinctly. Oh, good evening, rest well. Yeah, thank you very much. Same to you. I do really hope that some things that I still have problems with will be addressed and fixed, because while a lot of the combat bits that we've been having would be entirely fair if it were to be about the normal and the usual combat dolls that we had in Griffin, that being our combat elite squads, fighting against random droids and running into so much trouble? Nah, that's not 4-4 on the AR team. They went face to face, toe to toe, head to head with the fucking leader Nitos of Paradeus. That is just, nah. We even had some of them solo them. Just absolutely destroy them. Or usually duo. Two of them destroying one. But hey. For now, I will call it a day. And return tomorrow with more GFL2. So let me see who we can raid for the day. Thank you for the adverts. Did they work? Oh no, they didn't. Nah, it's fine. There we go. Now, who do I raid? Let me go and say hi to... You know what? Let's raid Zoa. Who is an artist that Bakasura... Well, technically I knew that stuff already. Bakasura showed me their stream, though. And right now they're playing Deep Snow Delivery. Which is a funny little game where, as far as I'm aware, you use a tank to deliver stuff across an Arctic landscape. It's pretty neat looking. And it, too, reminds me of Girls Last Duel. So, yeah. Anyway, let me send you over there. Let me search for it. There it is. I also have no idea what the story of that game is about. But we can figure that out together. So, let me send you there. And do have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Seems like we're doing a lot less GFL this week than I expected. Because with how much story we had last time, of 2.5 hours going through 6 of the 24 story nodes, I didn't expect us to go through the other 18 in about 3 hours. Anyway. That might be intentional. Yeah, I did start this anime. It's really good. I love Girls Lost Tour. It's one of my favorites. I have one of the very, very rare pieces of merch from it. And it's not a figure. It's, in fact, a survival mug. Like a metal mug with foldable grip. And then there's a Girls Lost Tour logo on it. Because that anime has, like, no merch. Which is a bit of a shame. It's a bit confusing, but so far we're good. Just keep watching it. The thing is that it's not supposed to be a cohesive story necessarily, but just little episodic stuff of just the girls on a tour. Yeah. Anyway, do have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.